Stepped into days and that shit's so wild, where chaos rules and sanity's exiled. Tech toys and gadgets fill the air, superheroes talk without a care. In this realm of wires and light, late night sessions feel so right. Insanity's dams we all embrace, a smile found on every.
Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again. We are not doing Tuesday Night Talks. Welcome back again to the channel. This is your home for tech, toys, and talk, in a channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. We are doing, well, you guys know, I love Ghostbusters. Hey Archer, Nerd Affiliated Presidente, founder, treasurer, HR, everything.
COO.
COO, CEO.
Yep.
Are you going to make an offer to R-Truth? That's a whole other stream.
I'm going to sign him.
Guys, we were getting ready to talk about Ghostbusters Day, but first, you guys know him. It's Hey Archer.
What up? What up? What up? I love that.
Yeah, I got my little Moano sound board. It's got the noise reduction, so you can't hear my fan. You won't hear the printer in the background. I love it. It's a nice little bit of tech, and it's got the voice changer on it, and I could record music and anything I want on there. So I've been playing around with it. But guys, every year for the past 5 years now, this crazy little team out of Buffalo, New York, had this crazy little concept. Okay, we're going to tell a little story. It's story time with Dave. 5 years ago, the Buffalo Ghostbusters had this crazy idea because Hook and Ladder 8 is a functional firehouse, and they had part of the Ghostbusters 2 sign. It was only one side of it, and it was cracked, and they were trying to keep it held together because it's a nice conversation piece when people stop by, because it's the firehouse. It's Spook Central. It is HQ for the Ghostbusters, you know, canon-wise, for the movies. And, you know, it was something that was just kind of falling apart. That year, Hollywood Collectibles was coming out with a sign that you can see in the picture right there. And two of our members, the two guys who you see holding the sign on the left and right, Dan Lieberg and Brent Hollingsworth, they had this late night discussion about, hey, maybe we could do a fundraiser so the firehouse could actually have a sign. Because what they used to do was, when the Ghostbusters 2 sign was intact, they would actually hang it out around holidays, Halloween, you know, and it's just something that, you know, it adds a little bit something extra to the firehouse, brings fans by. So what happened was, the team did this fundraiser. We were hoping to raise enough for the sign, and we blew it out of the water. The fans came out in droves. They donated just beyond belief, and not only were we able to get that sign, we were able to get a full 1-to-1 scale, light up, solar powered Ghostbuster sign that hangs now outside the firehouse for all to see. It was just an idea. Like, the first year was just going to be like, hey, we're doing this little ceremony. A bunch of fans came out, and then we're like, hey, maybe we could do this again next year. And it just kept rolling and rolling and rolling. As you guys can see in the pictures right here, I mean, I think this was year 2 on the left, and I think that's year 3 on the right. I mean, it has blown up. And last year, year 4, we had 359 caddies out there. It was a sight to see. I mean, this is a picture from last year that was taken actually by Chris Burns of the Buffalo Ghostbusters. And there you can see the sign actually being, thanks to Frozen Empire, the sign was actually mounted the way it's meant to be. The reason why it wasn't mounted that way before was partially to do with historical significance of the firehouse. But they found a way where they can mount it, and they mounted it that way for the movie premiere. They did the firehouse up as Frozen Empire during the premiere, and then they were able to keep the sign out that way permanently now. So now the sign hangs out just like it did in the movies, maybe even a little bit better for everyone to see. And it's just an amazing event. I mean, it has grown into this massive event where people from a freaking around the world just come. They just come out in droves. I mean, people from South America, Italy, I mean, you name it, all over
Australia.
Australia, parts of the United Kingdom, both Ireland and England come out. It's just an amazing event. Andrew Simmons in the chat saying, "I'm looking forward to going for the first time this year." Hey,
Welcome.
my friend. I will say this, out of love and respect, dress as light as you possibly can. I know it's a thing that you want to wear your pack and your suit the first time you go to the firehouse, but one, the past couple of years, it's easily been 90 degrees, if not more. You'll be sweating buckets for one. Two, a lot of people come wearing their packs. I saw so many parts falling off of people's packs last year. It wasn't even funny. Also, that's another thing. You don't want to be lugging around, a 40, 50-pound proton pack on your back. You're going to be sweating buckets. Plus, the weather forecast, even though we're going to do this rain or shine, there's always a chance of some rain. You don't want some electrical damage done to your packs. But I always tell people, dress light, stay hydrated. If you're gonna bring a bag, have like a backpack or a drawstring bag that has like some bottles of water, maybe a protein shake or protein bars in there. Keep your energy up. It starts at 12 noon. Everyone is being asked to not come before 12. The event doesn't start until 12 noon. And just wait. We're going to go over every detail that has been publicly released. And by the way, if anyone out there is watching this early and you want to know every single detail that is going on this year, BuffaloGhostbusters.com, or go to the Buffalo Ghostbusters on Facebook and Instagram for all the latest updates, all the postings. I mean, we have a lot to cover tonight. We have a lot to go over, and there's still a lot to be released. This is only Tuesday. We still have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and who knows, there might even be a surprise post Saturday. I don't know. I'm part of the team, and I don't even know. Trust me. Our secrets have secrets. It is going to be an amazing event. Every year is an amazing event. I mean, one year we had a wedding, which was amazing. And the couple, like their first official kind of like going out was actually, I think, year 2, if I'm correct. So, it's an amazing event. I mean, it's just a fun event. And don't forget, this is a working firehouse, guys. You see the fire truck. Hook and Ladder 8 has some of the best people working for them. I mean, these were amongst the first responders for 9/11. I mean, this is one of the, if not, I don't know if it's the oldest in New York City, but I think it's one of the oldest. I think it's up there. It's got to be top 3, if not. But thank you for stopping through, and please, Andrew, since you're going this year, remember, if you're going to be purchasing any of the merch, it is all cash. Okay, it is all cash. Unfortunately, nothing can be pre-purchased. It's going to be the day of, and while supplies last at the firehouse. And we're going to go through some of the merch that's going to be sold there. Some. So let's get this show on the road. Okay, so first off, last year, Tunnel to the Towers Foundation, we raised $43,241.03. 43 grand raised last year, and it was the 40th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was just bonkers. It was insane. This year, it's the Thomas R. I'm going to butcher this, and I apologize in advance. Elsa, sir.
Elsazar. That's me assuming.
Yeah. I mean, well, we all know how you pronounce.
Yeah, I can't. I'm terrible.
I mean, regardless, it's an amazing foundation for the FDNY. So please consider supporting that this year. Everything that is happening this year is going to go to this amazing fund. So please help them out every year. And that's another thing. Ghostbusters Day isn't just one fundraiser. it is a different charity each year. Okay, it's not like, oh, we stick with one and one only. Each year, the Buffalo Ghostbusters and Hook and Ladder 8, we discuss about different charities, different foundations, and each year we keep finding these amazing foundations, these amazing charities to give to, and I mean, 2024 was Tunnel to the Towers. This is 2025's, and we're hoping that this is going to be one of the best years yet. All dependent on you guys. Okay. Now, speaking of merch, you want to talk about Hook and Ladder 8? We got Hook and Ladder 8. I mean, we got the Ladder 8 patches. These are actual patches that you're going to be able to purchase. I mean, we all love a good GB logo, but how about a ladder patch? I have a small little collection of the Ecto 1, Ecto 1A pins that I wear in my flight suit. I mean, how about a nice patch for your casual, your GB casual jacket, or if you're a patch collector, you got them in a frame. Like I know I do. I think Archer, you have your own collection, right?
I have a Velcro book, so I put
Yep.
Velcro on the back of them. Put them all
There
in
you
that
go.
book.
And of course, we have a very sweet, very beautiful, some might say sexy, collector's coin this year. This is 5 years later, and we got the Hook and Ladder Ghostbuster Day logo mashup here. And we got the bright 5 right there with the green slime in the background. And of course, we got the flip side with the Ladder 8 license plate right there. Nice black and green. I mean, Eric Christensen, who is anyone that knows Ghostbuster patch designs and Ghostbusters art, you have heard of Eric, and he does some amazing work here. Let's just see what Andrew's saying. They're talking about rain on and off all day long. I belong to Ghostbuster nonprofit in Connecticut, Central Connecticut. Ghostbusters, we march in high heat and rain. Okay, then. Hey, I'm just saying. 1 year, I think it was my 3rd year, I wore my gray suit. I almost passed out because the heat was intense. But of course, it was a very thick, wind-resistant suit, so it did not breathe well. So it was a hot box already. But
yeah,
looking forward to you coming out there.
Louis in the
rain.
house.
Hey, Louis. But you know what? That's the thing. It could just be a sprinkle.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't know. Is it going to be showers? We don't know.
Well, last year it was, and of course, shout out to Louis, one of the real nerd busters, of course. Last year it was also scheduled to rain, and it didn't. It was actually sunny. So
we had, I think, a little spark, a little bit of overcast, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
But that's the thing. I mean, whether rain or shine, we're going to be out there. And besides, with the heat, a little bit of rain might feel pretty good. Actually, that's all I'm going to say. But we're going to be out there, rain or shine.
I did want to throw out a quick short story when you mentioned Eric making the coins. So I was walking around with my other Steve. I don't think Louis was there yet. It was pretty early in the event. So
walking around Steve, the event, you got a collection of Steves.
Got a collection of Steves. Walking around the event, and a couple of times people had stopped us to be like, oh, like follow your page, like awesome videos, whatever. And Eric stopped us to be like, oh, dude, I seen like your post, like I like your stuff. I was like, oh, cool, man, like let's take a picture together. And just like, yeah. And I had no clue that's who it was.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
that was like the Eric. And then afterwards I was like, wait a minute, I'm listening to Extraplasm podcast, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like,
there's his Moogly fan club right there.
Yeah, I was like, son of a bee. I was like, I met the guy whose patches I'm wearing like right now.
Yep, he's sharing all of our posts as well. There's going to be a lot. I mean, he's got his stuff ready. He's been doing a coloring contest for prizes. He's gonna he's already stocking up for like everything. So he's gonna be out there again this year.
Yeah,
there he is.
Yep.
Can you tell?
Yeah, he asked patches? He asked me to send him a video that we did that he was in when he was doing the raffle thing there. I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, man, this guy seems so familiar. I don't know who it is. Then
he is an awesome dude.
Yeah, super nice.
If only I could tell you the stories of playing Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed with that guy. But no, he is awesome. His Moogly fan club is just amazing. I mean, they do the mystery pod game is back, win patches, ID badges, and more. He's got a lot of fun stuff keyed up, or should I say queued up for this year. So you guys just, I mean, he lives and breathes Ghostbusters. So, but yeah, he's an awesome guy. He's going to be there, of course, this year. Let me just pull that back. But yeah, we have the coin, and of course, on the Ghostbusters T Public page, we have our Ladder 8 T-shirt. Very much like my 40th anniversary T-shirt I'm currently wearing right now.
Yep.
Which you can still get on T Public. Just look up the Buffalo Ghostbusters. But every single one of these items, with the exception of the T Public shirt, the ladder, there you go. Got to push it back. Every bit of merch that you're going to see in this video, in this stream, is going to be at the Hook and Ladder 8 Firehouse, plus more. Okay. Well, supplies, yeah, last, yes. But yeah, it's they always have a ton of merch. First time ever, Ghostbusters Day, the album.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And this will only be available in physical media, in CD. There will be no digital downloads. Please do not ask. This was a special condition of this, so that this is physical media. So please, guys, it's going to be amazing. I mean, if even if you don't have a CD player, even if you don't have an old CD-ROM or a disc drive in your PS5, it's a very cool thing to have on display. Hell, I have a floppy disk, old 5 1/4-inch Ghostbusters video game from like the 80s on floppy disk, just sits on my shelf. I don't have any way of playing it, but hey, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, Moogly has the Diamond Select GB2 figs. Yes, he does. But we actually have, from Celebrity Machines, there's been a deal made to where we're actually able to get them to press Ladder 8 as a physical license plate, which has never existed anywhere in Ghostbusters canon, much like some of the license plates I have. You get up there. Come on. I swear, this camera's going to be the death of me yet. It has cool features, but it also drives me up the wall.
Yep.
There you go. So, with that, like, just to show you guys, I have a bunch of Celebrity Machine. Let me see if I can get this to go up. You guys can kind of see up there. I have.
Switch the camera view. There you go.
So, right there, you can see I have Ecto 1, 1A. I even have the Afterlife. I have the Ecto 88s. All these are Celebrity Machine license plates. I got the Rocket 88 from Buckaroo Banzai, and Eagle 5, of course, from Spaceballs. So yeah, they make quality license plates. I even have a Cobra Kai and a Groovy from Ash vs. Evil Dead. So they make a lot of great stuff, and now you can get the Ladder 8 license plate.
Yeah,
it can be yours.
The only thing holding me up on that one is the as a New Yorker, I hated when they switched to the RNG license plate.
Yeah,
but I might make it on the fly decision, because right now I have
I love how this is retro with the little, when we had the square box back in the day that's where like your inspection stickers, your little registration stickers went on. For those that don't know, back in the 80s, that's how the license plates looked.
Well, no, not the orange though, but the box. Because like right now I have the 1A, I have a 2A, I think, or it's not the 1, but I have a,
because there's technically Ecto 1, Ecto 2, because the license plate does say Ecto 2 like in one scene, and then you have the 1A. It's a blink you'll miss it kind of thing. Thanks Louis. He's this sweet setup. Thank you. Still work in progress. And yes, it is going to be cash only. That's important. There may be, I think there's a coffee shop and there's like a restaurant across the way. They may have ATMs, but one, I would suggest having your cash already because one, nobody can speak to what the charges are for those ATMs to use them for one. And you got to figure anyone and their grandmother's already going to be hitting up those ATMs and they're going to
Mhm.
run out. So I would make sure you have your cash in hand ready beforehand. Make sure you have your cash ready before you go.
Yeah. I have an Ecto 2 license plate. That's what I have.
And mine actually, I just use 3M strips. So I can
Oh,
just to
to
hold my
stick it?
license plates on the wall. Yeah.
Oh, no, I
Yep.
have mine like on my truck.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I saw a Ghostbuster driving this week in his car. He had the logo on his hood. I didn't catch it until like a couple seconds
Nice.
in. So I like, put my hand out the window, like give him a thumbs up, and then I think he finally noticed my license plate and was like,
And of course, the auction. If you go to Buffalo Ghostbusters on Facebook, you can find links to the auctions and raffles that are going on. There are autographed posters, autographed by the cast. So you don't want to miss out. These are Frozen Empire posters with just everyone's autographs on there. You don't want to miss out. The auctions is still going. It's going to go until the 7th, which is, that's Saturday. So it's open until then, guys. Also, as you can see on the right side here, we have a little merchandise guide going on here and a little map. Because I know last year we understand that there was a lot of chaos. It was the 40th anniversary. So many people came through last year that the lines were kind of insane. And also inside the firehouse, it is a firehouse. You only have but a side door and the garage door. So as far as the flow of everyone coming through, it was a bit congested. This year, Buffalo Ghostbusters have made tremendous improvements, and we have a system in place because not only do you have the Ghostbusters Day merch, there is the Hook and Ladder 8 merch, which is sold directly through the firehouse, through the firemen themselves. And then you have the table of where we have celebrities for doing autographs. So it's already, we have limited space and we do the best we can with it. And, all the we ask is that anyone who comes out, be patient with the process. The process will pay out. Okay. And there are some amazing surprises and some amazing things that you're going to find out within the next few days. So you definitely want to pay attention to the Buffalo Ghostbusters on Facebook. That is your one and only one-stop shop for all the information and updates when it comes to Ghostbusters Day every year. Any time of the year, every year, that's where you're going to get your updates from, guys. But again, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But yeah, we're going to be passing out these little cards. They're kind of like a map. We're going to have them posted up. And also there's a merchandise guide right here, which is going to have pricing for a lot, the Hook and Ladder 8 stuff and the Ghostbusters Day merch. If you notice, there's a nice little separation right here, guys. So please go ahead and check that out. Now, and if that wasn't enough, of course, if anyone is familiar with Real Ghostbusters, spelled REEL, Chris Sorrentino, he makes amazing art each year. And this is a new one. He's done a Real Ghostbusters imagination or reimagining of Ghostbusters 1 at the rooftop. And he will be giving out those, he'll be doing those exclusive prints while supplies last this year. He does amazing art each year. Archer, you have some of that art yourself.
yep, he hooked me up with one actually.
And
One
of
that I was
course,
missing.
Chris is going to be there too. He's going to be there. He's going to be in there. He's going to be there in person, passing it out. You guys, you can't miss him. He looks like John Belushi.
Well, Baby Belushi's his IG.
His moniker. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So you can't miss him. He's an amazing guy, amazing artist. You don't want to miss out. And also, yes, the New York City Ghostbuster Ecto tours are back. They're going to be now. Usually they do an annual walking tour, but they're also going to do an Ecto early tour. So you can see many of the different sights and sounds. New York City Hall subway entrance, Thurgood Marshall U.S. Courthouse, the Municipal Building, Hook and Ladder 8, of course, Statue of Liberty. So you're going to have your choice of tours here that you can check out. They're going to start as early as 9:30 a.m. At City Hall Park, and then of course the walking tour that's going to leave and depart from Hook and Ladder 8. So this shows you where they start at, and then goes down 1, 2, 3, 4. The same for the annual walking tour afterwards, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It is going to be where, essentially the tour will end, the afternoon tour will end in 55 Central Park West. We all know where that is. And of course, the morning tour is going to stop at City Hall subway entrance. So that way you can hop the subway and come down to the firehouse. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is done, as I said, by the New York City Ghostbusters. They've been great partners with us for the past couple of years, hosting these amazing tours. They do it like no one else, guys. Now, of course, there will be patch trading. We love patches. Who does not love patches? I mean, I know I have a crazy collection of patches right there. Of course, right here you can see the ladder 8 patch right there, center. Oh, and what do we see? We see 1 and 2 HasLab patches. Stay tuned. But you have a lot of other. We have, of course, the Hook and Ladder 8 patch right above that one. I mean, we have the the previous Ghostbusters Days patches. We have the Moogly. We even have the GB News patch. We have the Ghost Core patch, the 40th anniversary. We have all the different patches are here. So bring patches to trade with other franchises. You're going to come across franchises you would never have met before. As I said, there's international Ghostbuster teams that come up, so it's always a blast. Speaking of previously speaking of the New York City Ghostbusters, their Ecto one, themed after Answer the Call, of course, will be there. It'll be there, present as always. And also Ecto Manhattan, that recently was the Ecto auctioned off at Barrett-Jackson, will be there, along with the Ecto, the annual Ecto contest. So there is a special Ecto one that will be making an appearance as well. So we will have plenty of Ectos for everyone to feast their eyes upon.
Mm-hmm.
So again, patch trading and Ectos. I mean, what more can you ask for? And that, I mean, to have an Ecto at Barrett-Jackson, if you are not a car person, Barrett-Jackson is like, when you talk about auctions, when you talk about auctions in the car world, Barrett-Jackson, that is the upper echelon. That is the best of the best. Okay. That is the Chuck Norris of auctions, if you will, when it comes to cars. This past year they had a speed racer, Mach 5. And it had blades and everything coming out of it. It was kind of sick. I mean, they've had some amazing cars come out of there. So now, live music, anybody? Does anybody want live music? All day long, you're getting live music from 12 noon until, I believe, 3:30. We have the Mad Splatter are returning again this year. They're a rock band that was featured this past this on 4th Ghostbusters Day, along with the Alessi brothers, who are best known for the hit single "Saving the Day" from Ghostbusters 1. I think this might be their 3rd year back. I mean, they love coming out to perform, and you might hear something a little different from them this year. So stay tuned for that. Plus, we have DJ Steve-O, who's going to DJ and MC the entire event. So we're going to have music all throughout the entire time. No need for a bullhorn. We have a microphone. So he's going to be doing announcements the entire time. So it should be an amazing blast, guys. So we're going to have live music all event long. So please come out. It's going to be a great time, guys, regardless. It's always an amazing time. We're kind of stepping things up this year, as you can tell. And then, if that wasn't enough, the man, the myth, the legacy himself, Jason Reitman, who, of course, appeared in Ghostbusters 2, when he makes that faithful sign about, yeah, my father thinks you guys are full of expletive. I mean,
Oh, that was him? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah, that was him. Braces and all. You know, and of course he was on set, even though he wasn't in Ghostbusters 1. Of course, you know, his father took him to work, you know.
Mhm.
But I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I know some people may not, you know, go Afterlife may not be their bread and butter, their cup of tea, their favorite snack. It is for me because it still hits me personal. But I mean, Jason Reitman, he directed that, got his father's seal of approval on there. He is essentially the legacy torchbearer for Ghostbusters right now, effectively. I mean, he's an amazing, accomplished actor or director, a screenwriter. I mean, but the fact that we're going to have him there at the firehouse doing autographs. And if you guys want details about that, stay tuned to the Buffalo Ghostbusters on Facebook.
Mhm.
But yeah, Jason Reitman's going to be there. That's going to be amazing. I'm still in shock about that announcement about getting Jason Reitman, because it's pretty amazing.
I feel
for
like they
him
need
be able-
to, if you can pass on this feedback, they should drop his costs for an autograph, because that probably might be the most expensive thing there.
I'm going to repeat my previous statement. Stay tuned to the Buffalo Ghostbusters.
There you go. All right, just making sure.
Okay.
If I didn't say it out loud, I would have beat myself up.
Stay tuned to the Buffalo Ghostbusters Facebook page, Instagram, and Twitter for all details and announcements, because as I said, we've been dropping announcements every single day. So stay tuned.
There you go.
And of course, YHS, if you're not familiar with the Yes Have Some podcast, they are they're pretty well known in the toy community. I mean, they are constantly on with Geek Dad Life. Geek Dad Life appears on their podcast, and they appear on his all the time. Toy Galaxy. I mean, they have multiple podcasts. Craig and just Brian Dole, the entire crew, Abby. They Whenever we see anything Ghostbusters or we see anything kind of toy related, they are popping up all over the place. Some Eagle Eye fans will obviously recognize them from Ghost Heads documentary. Craig and Abby were featured in there, obviously.
Mhm.
But their podcast has always been supportive of the Ghostbusters community. And they're stepping up this year by doing a kickoff party where proceeds are going to go to this year's charity. So they're stepping up. 100 tickets only. I think there's about 20 tickets that are still available. Every dollar, every nickel, every dime is going to go to this charity this year. They are, you know, obviously anything that's profited, that goes directly to the charity itself. As you can see in the graphic here, tickets are on sale. They're still on sale. You can go to yhspodcast.bigcartel.com to purchase your tickets. They will be doing a live broadcast that night as well. You camera, I'm going to disable the finger feature, I swear. It's going to be exclusive. They're going to be doing a live podcast. They're going to have exclusive prints there, badges, lanyards, lapel pins, raffle entry, prizes galore, and guess what? Food and drinks, open bar, boys, open bar. So it should be a nice, amazing blast, and that's going to be Friday night. That's the kickoff party. So that's going to be Friday, June 6th at Rodney's. You have to have a ticket in order to enter. You're not going to be like, you know, slipping the bouncer a 20 at the door and get in. No, there's no way. There's no way you're talking your way in. You have to buy the tickets ahead of time. And again, it benefits this year's charity. So please consider coming out, party like it's 2025, guys. Come on. And how often are you going to have the chance to go to a Ghostbuster themed party where you're going to have surprise guests? I have no idea what the surprise guests are going to be. Only YHS does. And let's be honest, these are guys who they were on set for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. They if you've seen their Instagrams and any of their content, you know, they rub elbows with the best of the best. So you just never know who's going to show up. So stay tuned for that. But what else do we have going on? The HasLab team Hasbro is coming back for the second year in a row. Last year they showed off the 2-in-a-box, which both Archer and I got to handle the equipment firsthand. I was not disappointed. There was no electronics at the time, but the quality was there for me.
They had something else, remember?
They had they're passing out the pins, and they had the 2-in-a-box, and actually Hasbro also gave prizes for us to give out to people. So we had
No, but
that going on.
they had another reveal there too.
Oh yeah, well that was like a virtual reveal that they did, but yeah, of the 3 3.25 figures.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
They had the physical ones.
Yeah. I didn't see the physical ones myself.
Oh yeah. They
Yeah.
had them in a like kind of VHS box, not the final version,
Yeah.
but in something similar.
Something very similar.
Mhm.
So the HasLab team, they're going to be back again to show. They're back again, kids. They're going to be back again, but this year they're showing off the current prototype for the Ecto 1 HasLab. Ecto 1, Ecto 1A. I don't know which one they're going to have. I don't think they're going to have both. I think they're going to have one to show off and demonstrate. So we get to see that. My hope is that we're going to hear the Ecto Siren off of it. Because that's my hope is, well, because I think the one that they showed at the New York City Con, or during New York City Comic Con, I think it only showed lights. I never heard actual siren play on it. So
I don't remember that being a feature. That's a feature?
No, I don't know if it's a feature, but it should be a feature if you ask me. I mean, how can you have lights and not the siren? That's my thing. You know? Sure. I mean that would be my hope. I know they haven't announced it, but it would be cool if they threw in a little siren because all things aside, if Playmobil could throw lights and a siren in, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean that it's not that far of a stretch, and if it doesn't, that's perfectly fine. Some tech genius will find a way to put a little sound card, like a little Arduino board or something somewhere in there, so you can just remotely hit the siren whenever you want, and maybe load it up with some captions, like a little micro SD card or something. It's doable. It's a thing. You can even make up a base. Design your own 3D printed base, put your own electronics in there, and you can have just sound files just playing. I'm going off on a tangent. I can't do that. But the HasLab team are going to be there to show off the current iteration. Sorry, to use my brother Dre's words, iteration of the Ecto 1 HasLab. So we get to see that in person, which should be pretty awesome onto itself. But also, they're supposed to be announcing Ghostbuster products. We don't know what kind of products. I mean, for all we know, it could be, Slimer's toothpaste. We don't know. It could be some. Personally, my hope would be I want more RGB stuff.
Yep.
I want more RGB, but who knows? I mean, it could be something. I mean, this past week, we talked about YHS previously. Craig from YHS dropped a video, showing off Sam Hain from Mondo. I'm excited. I'm waiting for that announcement for when my Venkman is going to ship. I'm looking forward to that.
He showed Venkman too.
He did? Okay. I skimmed through it very quickly because I was doing about 5 different things last night. I was assembling a proton pack, so I was kind of busy last night. But no, they're going to be there. They're going to be unveiling or announcing some new products. We don't know what. Who knows? It could be something that's a tie-in for the Netflix cartoon. That would be cool. It could be a reissue of something. I mean, we know that we had the fright features that came out. I still have mine in package on card. I haven't unboxed them yet. It could be any number of things. Who knows? Now, I don't think it's going to. A lot of people are like, oh, are they going to announce another HasLab? I don't see that happening without getting too much into the current political space with the TRAFs. I definitely don't see a HasLab being announced right now. Okay, a later date possibly. You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, last year we did get the hint because they were passing out those buttons that was the logo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, could we get another button this year, which is going to be like the next tease?
Mm-hmm. I that's my prediction. I predict actually I straight up predict they're gonna just announce the whole thing.
Were you the one talking about an 84 pack?
Yep.
I mean, it would be easy to do because they basically have the mold. You just disassemble, you remove a few grommets and pieces here and there, and you Bob's your uncle.
Yep. Exactly. I mean, I've wanted that thing.
I mean,
forever.
everyone has an Uncle Bob, or cousin Bob, you know.
I think that it's a prime opportunity to do their new version of HasLab where it's just pre-orders open and they close on a certain day. I think it's perfect opportunity for that. And I think that to avoid the T-Rafts, they're just going to say, coming out next year. And then hopefully in their,
maybe things
speaking
have
as them,
settled.
yeah, from their perspective. I don't think they will,
Yeah.
but
I mean, it would. I know a lot of people would jump on a HasLab proton pack, especially. I know a lot of people want 84s. I mean, a lot of people converted their afterlives into 84s, or some nut bars decided to turn their afterlife into a frozen empire, and it's still a work in progress. But hey,
and don't forget they dropped the 84 wand this past year.
They did. And see, that's the thing. That's proof to think. A lot of people are going to think, well, yeah, they dropped the 84 wands, so that must mean that they're going to do the 84 pack. I mean, it makes sense. It goes to a pattern that they've done before. But we also waited about a year and a half afterwards, maybe a year afterwards or so.
For what?
A year and change from between the Spengler wand being released and the HasLab proton pack being announced.
Yeah.
So who knows? And by the way, if anyone out there actually sees one of those 84 wands at a Ollie's, you can reach out to Dave's_dimension on Instagram.
You don't have one?
The 84, no, I just have a Spengler that I heavily modded.
Oh, dude. How do you killing me?
My Ollie's never got them. None of the Ollie's up here.
I didn't buy it with Ollie's. Actually, I bought it because Hasbro had it on sale a number of times.
I'm a long game person.
The Ollie's one is cheaper by like $20, but oh yeah, I got what am I up to, like 6 of these things now at this point? Like, it's just ridiculous. I think I only have I have two 84s. What's up, Anthony? Good to see you.
Yeah, I modded mine.
Yeah.
I 3D printed my own parts. No, this I did get on Etsy though. This part right here, the block of cheese and the handle. But this a friend on Facebook was able to get me a file because the one I had actually broken. Turns out good.
Mine actually broke too recently. I kind of want somebody to make a metal one. That'd be great.
There are some metal ones you can find. I'm just like, if I do it, like I told a couple of my buddies locally, I'm like, hey, if anyone wants the metal ones, let me know. We'll split the cost on shipping. Instead of like 5 people, all paying for shipping 5 separate times, just have it sent to one guy's house and you split the cost that way.
That's true.
It's the day and age, guys. Day and age. So yeah, your guess is as good as mine is. What is actually going to be coming out? Mention Dave's name at the door and pay full price. No, if you mention my name at the door, you got to pay twice.
My other thing that I assumed they were going to announce was something I talked about when the HasLab came out, which was the khaki suit GB2 figures, because in that way they can go with your HasLab.
I mean, who's to say that could still be in the cards? Because how hard is that to do?
Oh no, it's not. That's why I have it as a possibility.
Now, Louis, what is your? I think I had the perfect item for him to autograph. Is this like is this safe for work? Is this something you can tell us? We got Rambling Nerd in the chat
Yep. And Rex.
and Rex and Effects. Rex, I hate you. I hate you so bad.
Principles.
He's been such a wealth of knowledge, and that
Mhm.
paint, the paint he recommended to me. It's not cheap, but it's coming out so well. It's coming out so well. Like with regular Rust-Oleum paints, like you can touch it a couple days after it's cured, and
Mhm.
you can still have some stuff rub off. This stuff is like automotive paint, and it's beautiful. It's coming out great so far. The pack's not perfect, but for my first attempt, I think it's going to look amazing.
Oh, for sure.
But he's been a wealth of knowledge, and anyone who's into prop making or you want to get into 3D printing, follow Millennium Workshop both on Instagram and on YouTube. He's got, I mean, the guy makes Rancors. He makes, he's been making Greedo heads, and he just does stuff, and he makes it look easy. I mean, he just has things dialed down, and you guys will learn so much. Trust me. There he is. Always here to help, bro. And by the way, Rex, I've been posting more pictures on the pack. So if you want to take a look at some of the craziness I'm going with, let a brother know. But yeah, it's making a life-size Grogu in carbonite right now. Oh, geez. Is that the way? The
Mhm.
signs they put up letting people know not to park there because they're shooting a movie. I managed to get one of those with all the info on it, and in big letters it says Firehouse. Oh yeah, that's you got to frame that afterwards, Louis. Definitely frame it. We got Rolando, the multiversal moderator, popping through the chat. But yeah, HasLab's going to be there. Hasbro team's going to be there. It's going to be interesting to see what they actually announce, what they're going to be telling us about this year. Last year, two in a box I thought was amazing. And it's going to be interesting to see. I don't expect that we're going to be able to pick up the Ecto. No, you're not going to be able to touch it. You can look at it though this year. I think we were lucky to be able to actually handle the equipment last year, but
Mhm.
and of course, for all the details, once again, all details and updates, please follow the Buffalo Ghostbusters on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook is definitely, I would say, the best way to communicate with the Buffalo Ghostbusters, but also I have the links in the video description below, guys. So if you guys want to reach out to the Buffalo Ghostbusters, you want to follow the Buffalo Ghostbusters for the latest and greatest on Ghostbusters Day and anything that we're doing year round, all the socials are in the video description below, just like we have the Nerd affiliated page is in the website is in the video description below. So if you want to check out Hey Archer, Rambler Nerd, and the rest of the Real Nerd Busters and all their exploits on Instagram, Twitter,
And now
Facebook,
Facebook.
YouTube, or you want to get some of their amazing, sexy merch. They
Actually,
keep coming up with some new designs you want to check out.
got some proofs in today for some pins.
Ooh, are these pins going to be ready for? You going to have some pins for
Yeah, maybe
GB Day?
I'll take some down with me to New
There you
York.
go. There you go.
But I'll put them up on the website for sale for everybody else who's not in the Cool Kids Club.
Yeah. Yeah, $39.99 a piece. No, I'm kidding.
What I am mad about though is I did not get patches made in time.
Oh, there you go. You can find them there. Only they're only fans there too. No, it's only figs, right?
Only figs.
Only nerds. There you go. Now, someone actually has a T-shirt. They already made a T-shirt that says "Only Figs," so somebody's already came up with that design. But you can do "Only Nerds." There you go, or "Only Busters."
Only Busters.
But then again, that could be like a bunch of poor people. Who knows?
That's true. Yeah.
Only Bustas.
Don't be a buster.
It's like only Scrubs.
Wait, aren't Busters cops? Let me see. Slang term for
A Busta. A Buster.
Unpopular and weak. Oh, okay.
See,
For some reason I thought there was a movie where they referenced Cops by Bustas.
what was it? Unpopular and weak. Aaron Shunky. What? Wah, wah, wah. That's a whole other stream right there, Amanda. I'm gonna watch the replay afterwards. Geez, Henry's smoking him. He's grilling that guy. He's sauteing Aaron.
It's not good. But you know, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I think
there
you're
you
enjoying it. But yeah, yeah.
3D hub.
It's one of those scenarios where like Aaron doesn't have to address it anymore because I feel like a lot of the fans don't know what's going on, but he just keeps choosing to address it. He can't ignore the bait.
He can't help it.
And he keeps, yeah. I'm like, dude, just pretend it doesn't exist. I actually went on Henry's stream and said that. I was like, if I was him, I would pretend it didn't exist, but he won't do it.
He gives it attention.
And I told Henry, I was like, hey, it gives you content, so ride with it. Why not?
Yeah, that's weird. I'll have to take a
Some
look
reason
at
my
that
focus.
later.
What happened?
Huh?
I feel like I'm out of focus.
There we go. It could just be StreamYard. Yeah,
No,
StreamYard. If you can
the
get
camera
hip and actually have like, because that's one thing I hate about StreamYard is it looks clear on your screen right now, but then by the time it gets streamed to YouTube, it's
all the streamers. Even mine does that. Mine, it looks so crisp. And then I look at the replay and I'm like, what the hell?
Yep.
Oop. I actually was just pulling up the stream now to see what it looks like. Yeah, it's normal.
It looks terrible. Terrible. But yeah, I mean, what are you most excited with everything we just covered? What are you most excited about for GB Day?
You know, I wasn't that pumped to get a coin because I had the 40th. So I was like, oh, I'll get the 40th, maybe get like 45th and 50th or something like that. But you know, a 5-year coin also sounds pretty good. So I might end up getting the coin as far as like merch. I already got my patches. I should probably put one on whatever I'm going to wear. That'd be good. So I already got my patches and I already bought my shirts in advance. So yeah, right now, as far as like from a purchasing perspective, I think I'm going to get the coin. That'll probably be a on the fly decision. But just like last year, if anybody saw my video, my favorite thing is just the community being there. The fact that it's a free event and everybody can just go and hang out and be nerdy about this hobby that we like. So I actually, you know, shameless plug, I'm a affiliate with Tools and Talent Props. Got the patch on my flight suit here. So
yeah, I have to order from
it'll be my first time meeting some of the other affiliates from Tools and Talent, because I already met the doc who runs Tools and Talents. I met him last year, but it'll be my first time meeting some of the other people there that are and I probably saw them last year. I just didn't know who they were, but you know, we'll be in the same spot. And I'm hoping to meet more people that I've become friends with since last year and get to talk to them. But I'm most nervous about just how am I going to juggle enjoying it and recording it and all that stuff. Because you know me, it's content over everything. So
yeah, I mean, we were talking, kind of commenting in your video earlier today that you know was it your video or is it Instagram? I think no, it was your video. I think in the comment section.
It was on both. I think you commented on
it's
YouTube.
That it's, you know, the nervousness is as content creators, as people who record social media, you get one shot. It's a live event. It's one shot. Now, if you're home and you're recording a video, you have the option of editing.
Yeah.
You have the option of re-recording a certain segments.
Yep.
When you're live, you can't do that. You have to, like here, I got a couple microphones here. All right. And I mean, you got to have, like, for some of us who are going to be recording the entire event, You got to have your, because I plan on using my phone, my GoPro. I have my 2 backup batteries in addition to the battery I have on my GoPro. I
Yeah.
also have this uh, kind of a gimbal. It's more of a handle, but it's its own power bank, so I can plug that directly in
Yep.
to the GoPro to add more power, so I can keep that running longer. I'm gonna have battery packs so that I can actually charge those batteries if I drain them very very fast. I'm gonna have obviously USB power banks for my phone to charge it up as well. So I'm gonna try and keep that running the entire time. Some people might say, "Well, it's not that long. It's like from what 12 to 3:30." Listen, that's an eternity. Anyone who doesn't know, that's an eternity for any of us in the community who have recorded things. And especially like if I want my GoPro to get like the best quality, that means it's going to use more power. Okay, the higher the quality, the more power you're going to be running on here. And another thing, if you're little tip, if you're using your cell phone, make sure you have everything turned off. Wi-Fi, you turn everything off. Reduce the amount of power you're using. Like you can even dim your screen down to try and conserve battery power,
Yeah.
because if you have a phone that's 2 or 3, maybe 4 years old, you're probably going to be using up the battery, and battery's not in top health anyways.
Mine,
So
mine doesn't hit 100% anymore. I got the alert saying that I need a new battery. But what I was going to say too is, yes, the event's technically from 12 to 3, but you're going to get there earlier, or you're going to at least be traveling to get there, so that's going to be draining
yep,
battery. And then last year, even though the event technically stopped at 3, a lot of us were hanging out there till 4:35.
you get the
And
lingers.
yep, even at that point, you're still running battery and whatnot. But if you're not doing that and you decide to go on a tour, battery kill, because now the tours go beyond the 3 o'clock. They leave around like 2:33. So
Yeah,
yeah, battery banks are your best friend on this thing. And to your earlier point, being hydrated. But I think what I'm
yeah,
gonna do this year is I'm gonna try to I somewhat did it last year, but I think this year I'm gonna really try to stick to it. I'm gonna try to post up in one spot. Try to get there early,
hmm
post up in
get
a
like a
spot.
vantage point, and that's where you're gonna.
Yeah, yeah, and because everybody walks around the whole thing, so if I can find a spot, I have a couple ideas in mind. If I can find a good spot, I'm just gonna post up there,
And
so I can still zoom in with my lens, get close enough for that, and then hopefully friends kind of come around and get them on camera. Maybe I'll bring a tripod. Um,
and
we'll see.
also I'll say this to a lot of people: think about the time of day you want to record, because sometimes you got to think about the sun. Okay, like I noticed, like last year, is like there was like certain times in the afternoon, later towards the afternoon, you got the sun hitting the firehouse at such a great angle.
I'm a shameless plug.
So
Pull up my picture. Go to my website.
don't tell me what to do. This is my stream. What?
It's one of
Yeah,
those. I took that picture and I was like, this is probably one of my proudest
real
photos
nerd
ever.
busters.
Realnerdbusters.com. Yeah.
Come on, computer. There you go. Let me just pull this down, and we'll add that back to the stage. And to the stage. There you go. See? See, like this is what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You get that kind of like, you get certain angles that just look great, or especially with especially at the top of the firehouse, you get the American flag.
Mm-hmm.
And to me that's one of my favorite shots, is like getting like the front of the firehouse. But I mean, this is great with the sign itself, and you guys can see the scope of the sign as well,
Yep.
comparing to a 59 caddy right below.
Yep. I keep forgetting, who is that? The
I think that might have been I could be wrong,
Oklahoma.
that could be
It's
is that
it's
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. You can always contact them. They have all their links right there. Discord, was
Actually,
this Reddit?
this Reddit. Yep. I actually need to update that now because I made a Facebook earlier today for the Real Nerd Busters.
Couldn't find. Clicked on your links. Your TikTok, you don't exist.
Oh, thanks for the call
Clicked
out.
on it. See?
Huh.
Couldn't find this account. Were you shadow banned? There you go. Showing off your pins right there.
Mm-hmm.
Nerd affiliated. And that is one handsome looking sticker right there. That's all I gotta say.
Which one? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Had to rep.
Oh yeah. All right. Here's your video with Eric right there.
Yeah, that one I'm sharing. I think he posted that one, but a little bit further down, I had shared. I don't know if it made it to Facebook. It might have just been Instagram. I did a collage, of all of us from last year, and I included his photo because I feel like a dummy. I was like, I didn't know that was him. That trap is great, by the way. That's the trap I've used for everything. Super
Is
light.
that the solid piece one?
No, you can well, yes, you can open it. Like you can. There's tabs on the top where the
I see the button
hazard
right
tape
here.
is. No, where the hazard tape is.
Okay.
There's some tabs there, and when you pop those tabs, you can now open and close that thing. So what I did was I drilled a hole through the handle, and I put a screw there. So whenever I want to put something in there, like a battery pack or something, I can just take the screw out, lift up the top, put it in there, and close it. That thing weighs nothing.
Well, I think you could do something like this if you're good with weathering.
Yeah,
You could
exactly
weather
what I
it,
did.
and it looks like a fantastic prop. Then, I mean, you could
Yeah.
even like something like this. I would replace this. I could do it with like a 3D printed part and just
Yeah.
give it a little bit more dimension, so to speak.
Hmm.
No pun intended. But hey, $16 for that. That's not bad.
Yeah,
We've
no,
seen
it's great.
worse
I have
for
like
less.
2 of those.
Seen worse for more. Worse for more. There you go. What else? There you go. You sharing. Yep. Subway Ghost. I've been to that spot. Been to actually, I think I've been everywhere except the courthouse. I think. Been to the museum, the art museum.
I don't think I've been to that actually. Sorry, can you pull that up one more time? This is the morning tour.
This is the morning tour, the new one. So you get the courthouse, the municipal building, which is where they pull the car out from, which is where you hear saving the day. City Hall, of course, and City Hall subway.
Where? Oh, they're meeting in City Hall Park. Okay.
Yeah,
And for anybody who hasn't done the tour before, they have one of those flag things, so you could see them, and obviously you won't be able to miss
yeah.
them if you
Flag
look at
and also they do have their own personal speakers, so they talk into a
Yeah.
microphone and you can hear them, just like
Yeah.
a real tour guide.
yeah.
Yep. You
Maybe I'll
got
do
people
that.
asking, is there a major difference? Yes.
Maybe
As
I'll
far
do
as I
that.
understand, I don't believe the tours are they. As far as I know, there's no cost, but don't quote me on that. I want to say that I'm pretty sure there's no cost for them.
That's what I was just thinking. I think you can donate to it.
I've never heard of anyone being charged for it, but I could be wrong.
Same. I've never heard that. If you go to
Anything else?
our IG, that's where we'll have like all the Ghostbuster stuff.
Come on, let's get Reacher for the next Ghostbusters movie. Come on, he's a new recruit. No,
That'd be great.
come on, he's the Batman we need. Seriously,
I still vote for him to be Booster Gold because
really?
Richardson has comedic range,
Oh yeah,
and Booster Gold is like you look at him and he's supposed to be like this Superman type of character, but then he talks and he messes up and he's an F up.
I could have seen Nathan Fillion when he was younger as a great Booster Gold.
For sure. For sure.
But yeah. See here. Uh, uh,
It'd be the real Nerdbusters. Oh, there you go.
I'm looking for shortcuts so I can just click on stuff.
It's funny. I never thought of using that as a shortcut.
See?
That was a good year. That was the year we launched. And
Engadget.com?
yep, we were featured on there.
Okay.
It was funny. Anthony was disappointed last year for Comic-Con because he was like, "Man, we didn't get as much attention as the first year." And I was like, "That was out of the ordinary, having that much attention."
There you go.
Yep.
You and Eric.
So I'm saying he was out. He was like, "Oh, I like your stuff," and I was like, "Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Let's take a photo." I feel like an idiot.
This is just like an
Squad there.
infamous squad right here.
Yep.
And of course, we got Ghost Beacon, and I haven't heard from him, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be back again this year.
I
mean, it's the
I wish I could
Ghostbusters
be.
draw.
I wish I could be like him because right
Just
now he's
travel.
only posting like once a year, and that's for Ghostbusters Day, and he's still well known and still gets a lot of views on his channel. I need to reach that level.
I mean, that's kind of like the dream right there, right?
Yep. Shout out to that guy at the bottom left. He was the first person that day, but in general,
Right here.
that I ever met that was like, "Oh, I watch your YouTube channel," and I was like, "Oh, word," like that, and I was like weirded out. Not in a, I was like weirded out by him saying it, but I was like, "Oh wow," like I've never had this moment before where somebody's like, "Oh, I'm a fan of yours," just in general.
Wait a minute. You're a fan, really?
But his wife was like, "Oh, you're the guy that's always on TV," and I was like, "Oh shit, that's
See,
funny." Like I say that about other people, and now somebody's saying that about
That's
me.
the funny thing. Like you get the weekly YouTube report, right, in the email. I looked at mine, and it actually showed like what percentage you're actually watched on TV opposed to like other devices.
Yeah.
I'm like 22. I'm like, I just went with the lowest percent. I voted. I picked 17. And it's like no 22. I was like, 22%. Okay.
YouTube is now sorry, I got to rephrase it. The most watched platform for YouTube is now officially on TV. It's no longer a computer.
That's scary, isn't it?
It's great because that's more advertising dollars that go to it, and then once you get monetized, that's more options for you.
If you get monetized,
Keep the dream alive.
my hours are crashing, but that's a whole other story. That's me. I just got a new memory card for. That's another thing. Memory cards.
Yep.
Have a backup.
Yep.
Memory cards are not cheap now, man. Some of them are getting kind of expensive.
I got some on sale at Best Buy the other day.
I just got this 256 for I think $20 or so. I thought that was pretty decent. Like some of them are just expensive.
Yeah.
Let's see here. There's up close to those patches.
Yep. Anthony got his. I got mine.
Yep.
I just got to figure out what am I going to rock there.
Ecto Ordnance. There you go.
Yep. Tools and talent props. Use code HeyArcher at checkout. Save yourself 10%.
I got to get that portable stand.
Yeah.
Because once I get the Alice frame, I still have to get it back for my Proton pack I'm building. Those who know, I have to get a back, but once I get that, I can mount an Alice frame, and then I plan to have that nice little portable stand because I've seen it. I've seen the videos. It looks great.
Yeah.
It's magnetic. It's just kind of a no-brainer.
His work is great. It's I did a video, and I mentioned it in my unboxing, but I did a video where I replaced the hose on my spear pack, and I was, at the time I was like, oh, I can do it myself for cheaper than anybody can make it. And his work when I opened up that box, I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, this is worth the price of admission. And after I put mine together, it wasn't as good. And I ended up spending, I think, more than if I would have just bought it from somebody like him in the first place. So his hose connectors, amazing. Have you put your hands on that yet?
The Spirit? No.
Yeah.
I heard issues about it. So I kind of like I'm on the fence about it. So
If they do clearances here, that's how I'll get it.
because I heard issues about like only certain things, like as far as like the smoke function of
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
Like what in California, I know there was an issue because of smog. I mean, well, there's smog issues everywhere. So
There's it's a law about smoke machines,
yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
but I mean, for what they're charging for it, I get that it has a functional pedal, but if you have the right equipment, I mean, I took the was it a 20 or $40 the Walmart Imagine
Yeah.
trap that had the pedal. I cut the pedal off, hooked it up to a safety pedal that you would find in a factory, painted that, and just rigged it up as if it was like just a replacement for the standard Canon trap pedal, and it
But
worked perfectly fine.
but I think the issue is that now the new purpose of that is if you don't have a HasLab or have any other options.
Because
That's where that
what's
comes in.
what's the price point for this right now?
175, I think.
Okay, I mean, I see where the big pluses are. One, okay, they show it rolls. We can actually see multiple lighting effects here, and the fact that there's a smoke kit. Smoke kits by themselves on Etsy, you and I both know how much they go for.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's like the bulk of your payment right there could be the smoke kit. Because they Spirit has always had electronics, just looks like they kind of stepped up their electronics a little bit, kind of like what they've done with the Proton Pack, you know.
179.
So still, I mean, 180, but you see people selling the trap from two in a box for like 300 easy.
Yeah. But see,
So
like that, like I was telling somebody else last year when they were asking, maybe in one of the groups, they're asking advice about like sourcing everything. And a purchase like this is good because if you don't have anything, now you can get gloves. Depending on how big you are, you have a
yeah,
belt and
as
you have the
far as
trap.
sourcing everything, you're going to be cheaper doing this than sourcing parts to build. Let's say if I wanted to 3D print a trap.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
By
You're,
the time I 3D prints, because you have to have all the various colors, right?
Mhm.
There's going to be stuff that you're going to have to paint, and then there's the hardware, getting the right cap head screws, the different sizes for the different parts, and then getting the dials. And sure, some of the dials and buttons and whatnot you can 3D print yourself, but that takes time. You might have a couple, fails. So I mean, to get everything to functional, it is going to be a quicker and cheaper process just paying for that trap itself. I have to admit that. Okay,
yeah.
because
No, and if
like
you're an amateur, like
yeah,
let's say you're not trying to go hardcore out the gate,
yeah,
right? Like if you buy this thing, you have those accessories. If you're trying to cosplay with your family or whatever, if you buy the full size, now you have another set of gloves and you get a couple patches you can throw on. So
yeah.
it's all about like those accessories and how you can mix and
Well,
match.
those accessories, I'd be tossing them to someone. Be like, here, you want them? Just have them.
Yeah.
Because because one, those gloves aren't going to fit a big hands.
Yeah.
Um, I learned from, I mean, the Spirit packs I've modified in the past, let alone the pack that I'm building right now. I'm what I'm spending is, I have to say, I mean, just electronics alone, because I have a GB fans sound kit. I have a
For the
GB fans
for the
power
wands and the pack.
the electronics. I have the electronics for both the wands and the pack. Okay. Those are not cheap.
Mhm.
Okay. So I have all that. You know what that runs about.
I'm actually gonna go to the website now. You say that. I've not been on the GB fans in a while. Continue. Sorry.
Well, hey,
Just thinking out loud.
we'll go right here.
Yeah. By the way, I want to also say shout out to the Ghostbuster fans because when I went on the Spirit Halloween website, that Ghostbusters has its own place on the main homepage. So we're buying them.
Okay, so we go to pack parts. That's not what I wanted. Electronic kits, right? Okay, so soundboard, $80 just for the soundboard alone. That's not your speaker. That's just the soundboard, $80. 65, and that's just for the wand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what 65 and 8. That is, I can't math right now.
Oh, sorry. 65 and you said it was 80.
Yeah.
Oh, so like you could say like 150.
Okay. And technically speaking, I am actually using a Spirit kit, but the full size Spirit light kit, Paracel, and so we'll just throw this one in. So another 65, right? And then I have the cables are like 10 and 4. I still have to buy the speaker, so that's around another $20 right there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty expensive right there.
Wait, you said you got the Spirit lights from
The full size Spirit lights. Yes, I got my hands on the full size Spirit lights.
that set right there that's out of stock?
This is a different set here,
Oh, okay.
but I would say just for the sake of pricing.
From somebody in the community, you got them.
Yeah. So let's just
Gotcha.
say it's roughly about the same, right? Except
Yep.
instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, you have one bar going across with 2 and one
Yeah.
bar going
Second bar.
on the bottom with 2. So it's
Mhm.
roughly kind of the same concept. Okay,
Yeah.
but it's meant for a
Yeah.
full size Spirit. So I have that. So how much is that already now? 65 and 65 is about 130. 130 and 80 is like 210, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then another 20. That's 230 right there. Okay. 240. Maybe like 245 here. Not counting shipping. Okay? So that's about 245 right there. Just for the
Yeah.
electronics.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get a full size Spirit, which is what, about 270 now? 265, 270, give or take. And maybe if you can look out with a coupon. So this is just for the electronics alone.
Yeah.
So that speaks volumes right there. So just for the electronics, if you want to, and then not counting how much filament I've spent to 3D print the majority of the pack, then I have to buy the Alice frame, which is going to be at least $70 right there.
Yep. Oh, you don't have that. You don't have that yet.
I have a Alice frame I could use, but I'm going to need a separate Alice frame for that.
Yeah.
So that's another $70 right there. I mean, at
Yeah.
least with the full size Spirit, you do have the straps. You can always do an Alice frame later if you really wanted one. And with the, I haven't seen the current full size Spirit Proton pack, but I've seen people with it. The lights, the cyclotron lights actually move. The power cell is active. You have better lights on the wands. The wand looks better than it had with the 80% scale ones. I mean, there's a lot to be said about, like, okay, what are you going to do budget wise? Do you want to build something? And if anyone's watching this and you're wondering why I spent that money, it's because Archer knows I'm not just building a proton pack, it's a crossover cosplay proton pack that I'm doing. So everything's custom. And this is also a learning experience for me because this is my first time building a 3D printing a pack from scratch, where I'm printing just about everything from scratch with a few exceptions. I mean, hell, these aren't exactly cheap on Etsy, and this is 3D printed.
That might have been cheaper for you to just buy off GB fans, no?
These?
What was it on Etsy?
I'm not sure what they were on Etsy, but I 3D printed this.
Yeah, I mean, you get an unlimited supply.
Yeah,
That's a plus.
yeah. Because I mean, it might have cost me maybe all of 20 cents at most.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, when you have your filaments are like 15 to 20 bucks a pop, and you have different colors. I already had the colors. I just printed them 1, 2, 3. Bob's your uncle. I'm good to go there. Hell, printed my
Yeah,
own clipboard.
yeah,
So now all I have to do is get the labels. Probably buy them from Moby Signs on Etsy, so I get the full pack set of labels. You know, so I mean that. Like I said before, there is an argument to be made for 3D printing. However, I mean, you can do a lot of custom stuff. Like, here's the clipboard I just printed that I'm going to use. Those are fake screws. That's all part of the file right there. The screws.
hmm
That's all just 3D print. And it even has the hole where you would normally take the Allen or hex key to screw it in.
hmm
You can't even tell. But that's also the danger too, because it's addicting. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I could have probably, if I wanted to save money, which I probably could have, and probably should have, I could have just bought a Spirit proton pack, painted it silver, disassembled a few parts, added a few parts here and there. But with the way this pack is turning out, I think it's going to blow people away.
yeah,
So, and I've had a few people in the community message me who've given me some suggestions and asked me what plans I was doing with it, and that's a compliment. That's big as hell
yeah.
for the few people who message me. So, uh, it all depends on what you're into. Now, are you guys planning anything for New York City Comic Con this year? What's the cosplay of the year
Uh, so I'm currently the only one potentially gonna be
going?
busting.
Oh,
No, yeah. Right now, Anthony picked up an awesome Batman cosplay. Um, so he has that. Steve's gonna be rocking his Superman again. I'm not sure what Louis was planning on doing. So
which
I,
Superman?
he has the Man of Steel suit, which looked really good.
I had to ask with the because I heard there's a Superman movie coming out this year. Although I'm not
Yeah,
excited. I'm
I
not
know.
excited.
Not your jam.
Hey, Captain Pikachu. Pika.
Um,
I'm
so yeah, I
sorry.
don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
How about you could be friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?
No, I would they wanna all stay in universe, so um who
Deathstroke.
knows? Who knows? I did that one year actually. Um I don't know. I
Well, if
haven't
if
figured out.
one's Batman, are you gonna be Wonder Woman?
Yeah, it could be Wonder Woman.
Hey, what about I mean, you got the shaved head, right?
Mhm.
Green Lantern.
Did that
You can
one
be
year too.
John Stewart.
Yep. I did a John Stewart Renegade, uh not the TV show Renegade, but the Renegade story. Uh
Okay.
I did that one year too. That was fun.
Did you do the green contacts?
No, but I made my own
That would be
gauntlet.
cool.
Did my own gauntlet. The
Or what
lights
if
and
you
stuff.
you did up your sunglasses to be like glowing green?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Oh, Louis gonna do Nightwing, he said.
Nightwing. Okay. Is it gonna be dead Nightwing or alive Nightwing? No, no, seriously, the DC vampires that they did,
Yeah.
that Nightwing's actually pretty badass.
Yeah, it looks really
You
really
know,
good.
I wish McFarlane could have finished the vampire wave, but obviously he's not gonna.
No.
He's too busy getting all the Batman figures out of the way.
And Superman.
I mean, it feels like, you know what? He's already been given his pink slip, yet he's trying to make an argument for him not to lose his job. That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
And
it's one of those scenarios where like when you let go now, but it doesn't mean you're let go forever. So I think that's where, yeah, he's kind of stayed in that case, but it's not an out of left field type of scenario. Like he could very well um, get the license
because
again.
who's getting it now? Is it Mattel?
Hmm. Yeah.
I just don't get me wrong. I do like Mattel for like He-Man stuff. Okay. But I admit what imagine is like remember the smaller Batman and Superman figures they had like back in the 80s.
Yeah.
I just see nothing but that coming through the pipeline. That's what I'm fearing.
We're getting that now with the
It's
Spin Master or whatever.
well, it's just like with the Power Ranger stuff. I am not excited by any of the Power Ranger stuff coming out because it looks all. I mean, a little kid is not going to really care, but some of us collectors are like, wait, why is the head so small? What's going on here? Or like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like nothing looks proportional. It's not a flip head, but it still doesn't look proportional. What's going on here? I mean,
Yeah.
it looks terrible. It's the
Yeah.
stuff of nightmares. So I mean, there's arguments to be made for some of that stuff. I mean, um, I kind of was hoping that they would continue the Star Wars stuff, but I guess Playmates isn't. It's going to someone else now.
Wait,
So
Star Wars stuff? I mean,
Star Trek.
Star
I'm
Trek.
sorry, Star
Yeah.
Trek. Yeah, and I don't know. It's like right now, I love. Trust me, I love Power Rangers, but it's like all my light collection is still bagged up. The only stuff I have on display are Super 7 and my 3-0. That's all I have. Oh, and my Legacy Bandai Morphers. That's it. That's it.
Yep.
I don't have anything else Power Rangers out right now. Even Star Wars is kind of bagged up because I haven't bought a Black Series figure in a year and a half to 2 years. Same thing with McFarlane. I haven't bought anything McFarlane. And
Tony
like
man, the soups. It
I
is good.
the
It is
soup
good.
but the soup I want though. You know which one I want. I haven't
Christopher
been able
Reeve.
to find them anywhere.
Yeah.
And
I did
and I'm
not
not paying
see
$80 for him.
I didn't
That's
see him in person either. And the reviews I saw, I didn't like the head sculpt that much. Like I really wanted to, but it didn't do it for me. But everybody who has this one, when they're doing videos
yeah.
talking about their favorite Superman, nobody's mentioning Christopher Reeve
Okay.
in their videos.
I
So
mean,
this
I
is
think
superior.
because the pictures I saw, it looked pretty decent.
Exactly.
It's is it the best? No. It's not like if Mafex did it, you know?
Hmm.
I mean, it's as close as probably we would be getting, you know?
Yeah.
Considering Superman came out in 78 the same year as I did. But my plan would have been if I would have got him, and maybe I'll consider getting the one you have just so I have it.
If you
Was
can find it, this one's tough to get too.
um there were some like I 3D printed some little dio pieces that I sent to Drake because he's going to paint
Yeah.
them different colors,
Yeah.
and you could easily modify those. And there's this one guy who made it looks like the Fortress of Solitude background, and he put
Hmm.
LED lights in there so it lit up.
Hmm.
I'm like that would be perfect. Um, but
The
it's the thing is like I didn't buy a McFarlane figure this past year, but Dre found a figure and he shipped it to me because I'll if I find something he's looking for, we'll like do trades all the time, right?
yeah.
He did hook me up with Batman Beyond,
Mm,
the McFarlane Batman Beyond,
yeah.
the more recent one, the black and red box, which I still have yet to
Oh,
unbox.
the Mattel reproduce. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. So
Yeah.
I have that one. I almost got it autographed, but he canceled at Niagara Falls Comic Con. He was supposed to show up. Will Friedle.
Yeah.
I would have found someone who would have wanted, and I'm like, here, get this autograph for me. But didn't happen. So I think he'll be opened up at some point.
Yeah. There's the other Superman that looks really good now. Everybody's buying is the Cyborg Superman.
Netflix Ghostbusters animated series is confirmed. Yes, that's actually been confirmed for quite some time. Actually, I have the Mafex,
Yeah.
and some of his joints are a little loose. Like if I put his cannon head can on
Mhm.
and I have the effect, it is a little bit top heavy.
Yep.
But you're gonna get that with some figures. But the paint on it, there's dark shading in just the right spot. Seriously. You shall not pass. There you go. Um, he's a great figure. I have Steel. Steel was my first Mafex I bought,
Yeah.
and I scored a deal on him. I have Eradicator. I think Eradicator is really good. And now I just need to get Superboy, and hopefully at some point I'll get Black Suit Superman to do my Reign of the Superman figures. Because that was one of my favorite Superman stories was Death of Superman and the Reign of Superman.
Yeah. The first Mafex I was debating buying was Samurai Jack.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And then get Phil Lamar to sign the box or something. You know, there you go.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Well, you can't have Mako do it anymore.
Mako?
Mako, he was Achu. Or Aku.
Oh, Aku.
Yeah.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Yep. And I mean,
R.I.P.
he's a legend.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
no, it's there's going to a conversation we had offline. There isn't too much now that like I'm like, oh, I really need to get that because it's at a point now where a lot of the stuff I'm buying,
I haven't
when
I
I
haven't
do
bought
buy it,
anything in
it
weeks.
stays in the box, or it's got to be something like I really, really wanted. So like right now on my desk, my desk is my new shelf. It's like what figure is going to be like my fidget toy. So I got Soups on here, and then I have Earl from NECA. And this is amazing figure as well. The quality, the paint, details,
NECA does
all of
some
it.
really good figures. It's just that the lines, some of the lines that they do amazing with, doesn't get the love. Like Back to the Future, they
Right.
did amazing details,
Yeah.
especially on the Back to the Future 2 figures.
Yeah. Those were
And
great.
they
I forgot
haven't
all
done
about that.
they haven't done anything new, which tells me the line is dead with them, which
Yeah.
sucks because I wanted Old West Doc and Marty. I at least wanted to get Doc and Marty, maybe Buford.
Yeah.
Buford Mad Dog Tan.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, they could have given us. I mean, hell, they gave us so many different Martys for the first one. It wasn't even funny. They could have gave us Marty in the 1955 Wild West clothes when he travels back, and they could have done Marty in his his regular clothes. Um, that would have been great. And they could have done Doc. They could have done Doc, Marty, and Clara, and that would have been good.
hmm
You know. Um, but sadly, that wasn't in the cards, I guess, because nobody's heard anything as far as Back to the Future NECA. And of course, with the T-Rafs, I doubt we'll be hearing much of that. I mean, obviously, prices are going up on everything. What I'm waiting on right now is my Venkman, and I'm wondering since they delayed Venkman, are they going to delay Egon now?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I did single Venkman because at the time I couldn't just swing doing that because I just paid for I was setting aside funds for the Ecto. So I couldn't swing doing Venkman 2-pack and the Ecto at the same time. But I did do Egon and Boogeyman, which
hmm
and the thing is that's one good thing about me getting rid of my Hot Toys. My Hot Toys are now condensed to like one shelf, which means I have space to play with over here. Which means I have a very awesome diorama from Duffman, but I may look at trying to print a Firehouse that is to scale with the Ecto, the HasLab Ecto.
That's
And
gonna be awesome.
maybe if I can do like I was thinking of like a dial piece that I could do for Egon Venkman, you know, because I would love to do a containment unit, RGB containment unit.
Yeah.
That would be something fun to do. Well, what I was thinking of, if I did something like that, have it where you get the RGB containment unit, but the containment unit would actually be open. And I was thinking of trying to 3D print a small mini puff, like a small Stay Puff, and have like a wire so it looks like Stay Puft. Because there's that one that was the Murray the Mantis when they had to get Stay Puft out of the containment unit.
Mm.
So I was thinking, I'm playing around with a couple different ideas because now that I'm in 3D printing just about anything I could possibly think of, I think like I might want to do a firehouse. And what's up?
No, no. I mean, I love it.
I see you grinning.
No, no. I love it. Like, I'm actually jealous that you have those options available.
But
Of
see,
like,
it's gonna be a long print though.
oh yeah, it's
Because
gonna be massive.
see, also the thing is like I also have to figure out a way I can set up LEDs in it to light it up.
Yes.
And I'm not great with doing like bare bones electrical, but if I can find like some like Lego lights, like you see people put the Lego lights in the Lego kits, if I can
Mhm.
rig something like that in there, I think that could be good. Because right now I have
But are
a
you gonna try to do the side? Are you gonna try to do like a side profile thing, like the original firehouse, or you're trying to do it where it can close up?
I don't think I'm going to do it where it closes up. I
Okay.
don't know. I have to see what happens because there's people who have amazing files out there right now. And I know someone who has 3D printed a firehouse because I think last year we did a raffle for a 3D printed firehouse.
You did.
Um, that I saw pictures of it and I was just like, I was in a corner in a ball just crying because it looks so amazing. But that's the thing, when you do 3D printing, you can customize things. You can customize things to a whole different level. I
Mhm.
mean, I have like I said, I have the Playmobil firehouse. I've never had the actual RGB firehouse, which I would love if Hasbro did re-released it, even if it was a limited run. That's definitely something I would love to have.
Yeah.
Because I also have a RGB Ecto, the Kenner reissue ones. I have one of those, and I would love to do a custom job on that. Because I was actually thinking of trying to like do the white. There's this white glow in the dark spray paint you can get,
Mm.
and that would be great to like turn the lights off and just have the car kind of glowing. So I got a lot of different ideas, but the one file I saw looks accurate to the actual firehouse. And I think that's something I would love to have, but I would add a little twist to it. I would try to make it look the way Hook and Ladder 8 looks right now. You know, like have try to see if I can replicate like the little wires going off the sign into the building itself. Maybe have like the little Hollywood collectible sign on the side door on the
Mhm.
inside
Mhm.
to try to do something like that. But I mean, who knows? It all depends. I mean, these are ideas, but ideas don't always turn out the way we like them. Speaking of liking, how do you feel about these?
I'm good.
See,
It's
see, for
yeah,
me, unless I see them at a seriously discounted price, I don't see myself jumping on them.
exactly.
And hypothetically, I mean, I have a lot of the figures. I don't have. There's no GB2 Funkos, right?
Mhm.
We never had the GB2 Funkos. It would be cool and all, but I mean, I think I'm good. I think I'll play the long game. If they're like on sale, maybe I'll scoop them up. Like if they pop up at like a Five Below or something like that, maybe
Yeah.
I'll consider it. But
Yeah.
like, I'm not like I don't feel like I have to jump on them. That's the thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Ghostbusters. I know a lot of people who are jumping on them, but for me, it's like, do I need them? No, I don't. You know, I don't. I can live without it. It's like with like some of my other collectibles. It's like, do I really need it? No. It's like right now. I mean, I have my Ninja Turtle stuff, and I gotta fix some of those with some stands, but that and like I have some Motu Revelations and some other Masterverse stuff I've been buying, or that I scrolled away a while ago that I need to unbox. But I mean, like right now, it's like there's nothing I've seen that I have to get other than like Mondo RGB, which is a priority for me because I think they are going to be the best RGB figures we've seen or possibly will see in the near future, because I definitely think the tariffs are. I hate to bring that up. I really think that that's going to kind of hinder a lot of future lines coming out. It kind of has to, I think, with a company like Mondo, because I'm sure they're feeling it, and they're going to feel it a lot more, I think. So, I mean, right now I'm being very selective. I mean, I sold off a bunch of my hot toys so I can afford a photo op with Doc and Marty, and I'm building a proton pack that's pretty much meant for just for that cosplay. But I've had a lot of people who said to me like, "Hey, what happened to your Back to the Future pack?" Oh, I'm building a new one, and this thing is. It's going to be interesting to see if I can complete it by August. But
Yeah.
yeah,
There's, you know, I'll skip the TRAF conversation, but you know, there needs to be somebody else that jumps in the field at some point to make some of the stuff. But I think Ghost Corps, you know, I don't know them personally, and I don't know their numbers as fact, but every single outlet that has covered this that does know people that work there and know people in the game, they say the licensing cost is too high. They say the licensing cost for Ghostbuster stuff is too high. Maybe that's what's needed to keep us getting new things and keeping the franchise alive.
to lower
You
the
know,
license.
but they got to lower that license cost, because that's why the Mondo RGBs cost what they did. Outside of Funko's just greedy too, but
Yeah,
the T-Raps are not going to make it easier. You know, and it's
yeah.
they
I
can
mean,
blame it on they can blame it right now. If Mondo wanted to, they can the cost of stuff could lower, and they can just say it's because of the tariffs, even though they had those prices before the tariffs were a thing. So
yeah.
I
I
sent
mean,
you
it's
something, by the way, on IG that looks like it was just announced. Not from Buffalo, but
put on IG. You want to share it, or
oh, I can share.
you should be able to.
Oh, never tried that. Find a tab.
Where it says present, you should be able to click present, and then I just have to approve it.
Wow.
That's been a thing for ages, actually.
So they the Hasbro team is going to be auctioning off a signed Tune the Box.
Did you? That's okay. That's cool. Signed by.
The HasLab team.
Okay,
So
that's
see what
cool.
that goes for. Yeah.
Now you said it's an auction. It's not a raffle.
Auction.
It's
Yeah.
it's an auction. It's action. It's not a waffle. Okay.
Yeah. But there are some cool stuff on here for the auction.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always had my eye on that. I already have the book, so I just kind of skipped it. And I
Mhm.
probably could 3D print something like that if I had the files.
Yeah. But they got some good stuff on there.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping Jason comes down. Fitzsimmons from GB News one of these years. I would love to have him come down, because I think he'd be a cool person to just meet and say hi.
I think for him,
He's got a great collection.
but I think for him, one of the issues would be he's like the biggest name in the community, so like he wouldn't even be able to just like enjoy it, because
Yeah,
when he went down for the Frozen Empire premiere, like
I'm sure
him
people were
and
just hounding him.
yeah, he got on top of that bus to in order to like take pictures and stuff, because he was like he couldn't get a break, because everybody was just like, oh, I watch your page, oh, I watch your page, oh, you know, like so.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's got an amazing collection, and let's be honest, when you're looking for something that is Ghostbuster related, I mean, usually you're going for GB News. I mean, he is the number one news source. I mean, um, and here's the thing: when you look at like other fandoms, okay, like when it comes to like Star Wars, okay, like in our communities, usually you're hitting up Kenobi, right? Kenobi, Star Wars theory. Um, I mean, there's a good handful. Nilda, Appetite for Collecting. There's so many people that you can hit up, but when it comes like Ghostbusters, I mean, Jason is the. I mean, he has his website. He has his videos that he does, and he does gameplays, game streams with for the real for Ghostbusters Remastered and Spirits Unleashed.
Hmm.
And he is a constant, like you were talking the polar opposite of Ghost Beacon, where like he might post something major once or twice a year, and but he still gets the traffic. I mean, Jason, he is the number one source, and he's been working his regular job and then doing this. So to be able to juggle both, his mental health and everything, to be able to keep that balance, I mean, that says a lot about him, and I got a lot of respect for the guy because of that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, like you don't. Is there anyone like that in the Star Trek community? Not that I've seen.
I mean, I'm sure they exist. We probably just don't, because we don't
I've
consume the content like
seen,
that. We don't know.
like I'll see stuff about like Doctor Who and a whole bunch of others, and there's people who like they kind of do it as like an entertainment blog, but they really don't excel. You know, like you see like who was it Trek? They have Trek culture and Who culture. It's
Yeah,
basically the same people doing the same thing, but they're not at that level.
yeah.
And obviously, you can see in Jason's videos, he's a fan. And let's be honest, he keeps everything very positive. I've never seen him do anything negative.
Yeah.
And
No.
I do like the fact that he has dabbled with 3D printing. He's made his RGB pack. He's shown that he's one of us. And I think that's why a lot of people are attracted to his content and his creator space, I guess. You know.
Hmm.
But also, it can't be cheap going from Canada down here.
And I believe he's west side of Canada.
Yeah, so he'd be like Vancouver out that
Yeah,
way, probably.
yeah.
That's like
I should know this because I
left
mailed him
coast.
stuff. So I don't even know.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, right now, I think that like a lot of people have said, "Oh, are you psyched?" I'm like, I'm just kind of like I don't know, like I'm mellow because I won't I won't have the nervousness or the excitement. I think until the day of.
Yeah.
I mean, because we have our team because this is the fifth uh, of our entire crew who does this event every year. There's only been three of us who have been there every 5 years,
Every year.
every year. Because the second year we didn't have the full crew. There was just three of us, but we ran it. But then it's gotten so big that we have our people that are there, and it's like now everyone kind of has like we know that this person's good for this position here, this person's good for this over here. you know Everyone's got their kind of like duties where we are focused on our strengths. So I'm excited. I mean, it's gonna be I always love going to New York City, and the weekend goes fast, it really does.
Hmm.
But I'm excited because it's one of the times a year I get to see this guy in person. And I told my wife, I was like, "You're not trying to make him anything this year, are you?" Those that don't know,
So
my
she can
wife
give it
tried to
away.
make him like a little care package because she has to be the host kind of person to my friends, and she gave it to the wrong person, which I still think is funny.
But it went. I mean, hey, she gave it to Greg, and of all the people, I'm happy that
Yeah, and
that's
I
who got it.
remember you telling me the story that he was like that was like his only food he had that day. So
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, yeah.
hey, but yeah, I'm excited to see because there's surprises I don't know about. There are things I don't know about. So, and that's the thing. Um, our team, our president, who he does a lot of the organizing. He comes up with surprises. Like he keeps like this guy should be working for the friggin' Secret Service or CIA. He keeps secrets buried for so long. Okay, like you're talking to that person who could see a movie, not share the spoilers, but it's eating him up inside because he wants to let people know, but he knows he needs to keep it hush hush.
If he wants to
So,
keep those connects, that's what you got to do.
well, see, like, I mean, think about it. When we were younger, we didn't have the websites, we didn't have the spoilers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You went to a movie and you had that natural enjoyment. You know, you might see a trailer, but you didn't have stuff that was spoiled to you. And
Yep.
by the time it would be spoiled, it would be like what 3 or 4 weeks later,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But that's not the case here. I mean, he's like he keeps stuff like he will surprise us with information the day of. But see, that's also the best way to do things because let's face it, loose lips sink ships. I mean, someone gets excited, they let something loose. Look at Mark Ruffalo, Tom Holland. They can't even keep Marvel secrets. But I mean, that's a good thing. And I love the fact that we are Buffalo Ghostbusters that we're doing separate posts each day. It's like a little bit of breadcrumbs each day. Okay. And that's why I tell people just follow the page. You're gonna find out all the information right there. And there's still a lot of information that's gonna come through. And I think a lot of people are gonna be blown away by it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just gonna be a great time. I'm hoping that the weather, with the threat of the rain, I'm hoping it's gonna keep things maybe around the 70s, which I think would make things amazing.
Yeah.
It would make things amazing, but also, I hope we don't get any kind of winds. I mean, usually we don't get winds there, but um, for sake of audio recording, I hope we don't get winds. Yes,
Yeah.
I have my dead cats on here, but be testing out some new tech and should be a fun time. I mean, hopefully we all get a good deal of content out of it. Uh, I'm still debating if I want to take that Monday off from work, uh, so I
I
can
mean, it's a
start
long
editing.
drive. It's a long
Well,
drive for you.
we will be back home. We'll probably leave about 10 or 11 Sunday, probably about 10 or so. We'll stop at, because we found this one bagel place in Jersey last year that we picked up some breakfast sandwiches. It's no Leo's, but uh, we'll probably pick up some breakfast bagel sandwiches and head home. It takes about 6 or so hours, about 6 hours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's pretty
So
good.
we'll
I thought
probably
it
be
was like
home
8.
around uh well, like you go like straight down and then cut through like Binghamton and then shoot up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's we've gotten it down so it's around 6 hours. So I mean, if we leave about 10, 11, let's just say if we slack, that means we're home around 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it'll work out. I mean, you have a little bit of a longer drive, don't you?
No, not
Or
longer than
no?
you.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
That's
only
funny.
takes me.
I'm in the same state tonight. It takes me, I'm in New York State, and it still takes me longer. There you go.
Yeah. No, it's for me. It's the average is 4 hours because usually when I
Okay,
take a break, I take like a decent break.
that's
Um,
like just past Central New York. Although I could stop at a one or two Ollies just to see for
you
crafts and
could
laughs if I can get me an 84 wands. Probably not gonna score anything, but hey, it's gonna be a thing.
now. I didn't even consider
Ow.
that, but now I am going to try to do
See,
that.
like, damn you, Dave. Damn you to hell.
So,
Yeah.
kind of like last year when I did my stream and we were talking, I put up on the left side of my screen Ghost Beacon's 2023 video,
Yeah.
where A1 Dave Dimension is rocking his full suit. Even seeing this video to what we ended up getting in 2024, this year's gonna be nuts. This year is gonna be as it continues to get bigger.
Do you think
It's
now?
gonna be
Let me
wild.
ask you this: do you think it's going to get bigger?
Yeah,
Because last year was the 40th.
yeah.
It was an anniversary year, so obviously, people like, oh, it's the 40th. I got to show up at the firehouse. But we also have, I mean, we even had a few people in the chat today. Andrew earlier saying that it's his first time coming out. You know, He was saying looking forward. This is the first time coming out this year. So I
Mhm.
mean, do you think that it's going to be bigger than last year, the same, or less?
Bigger.
I think it's going
It's
to be
gonna be bigger.
bigger.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to throw this out there. Um, when an event gets bigger and bigger, you then have to take a step back. You have to take some thoughts like, okay, how is this going to evolve? Do you move the venue? Because you can't do anything more on that street. I mean, we blocked the one end of the street off. Nobody really can park there except for a couple of the ectos and, of course, the fire truck. And, of course, we have to make sure also that people are aware that because Hook and Ladder 8, they do not take the day off. They
Right.
do go on call still. So let's hope nobody's going to be crazy and causing any kind of accidents for the truck to have to run off. But that's also a real fear is like, okay, if we keep getting bigger and bigger, how do we do things?
I
You know,
mean, I don't think that because I think we talked about this last year. Or we talked about it at some point. Maybe it was in person for all I know. But I don't think you can move the venue. I feel like
it
it's at the
it
point now
it,
where
it would
there's
it
gonna have
would
to be a
it
permit
takes away
pulled.
from it. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe a permit has to be pulled so that way, the police are there and the street is legally blocked off, like that kind of stuff. But
that's a busy street though, right
the
there. That's the thing.
yeah,
It would
yeah,
take a lot to block that off, or
yeah,
to even try and set up
you
a
couldn't block the
detour.
avenue. You couldn't, but
No,
you can block the street in front of the house.
yeah,
Um, but that's it. Like that. I mean, that's the only direction it goes. I mean, I think the fandom, for the most part's at capacity. I don't think the fandom's going to grow that much unless the animated series ends up doing crazy numbers. But I think that as more and more people learn that this is an event and a free event, like I keep saying, um, I think it's going to continue to grow for sure.
I mean, trust me, if you would have said to me 5 years ago, because our team, we just thought that this was going to be like a one-off, like just a one-off little like celebration. Like, hey, we raised money. They're going to have a real sign, and then it turned out that there was interest in people wanting to come out the next year. We're like, we're going to do this again, and it keeps on getting bigger and bigger. And I mean, the relationships with everyone. I mean, like uh, Joe Cirillo, uh,
Yep.
who I joke, I joke with our team, and I call him Uncle Joe because he comes out to Buffalo every year when we do Nickel City Con,
Hmm.
and instead of like sitting at like Celebrity Row, he chooses to be with us. You know, and I mean, this is an actor who he was a former cop. He became a technical advisor in the entertainment industry. He's filmed scenes for Godfather and he was on Kojak. I mean, he has his own prolific history, and this guy's like one of the sweetest people you'll ever meet in your life.
Hmm.
He just feels like he's your family. He's a
Yeah.
great guy. He has fun. Like he'll sign, hey, pencil neck, he'll do the lines from the movie. He's a great guy. He comes every year. He's amazing. Of the Alessi brothers, this is like I think their third year now.
Third. Yeah.
They're great. I mean, they're just they have an awesome time coming out.
I called them the Scaleri
You
brothers when I saw them last year.
know,
I was like, "Oh, it's the Scaleri brothers." They're like, "Hey, what's going on?"
yeah, they're. I mean, they're awesome. I mean, some of the people who we've had out there, Eldo Ray Estes, who the redhead guy who says, "Hey, Ghostbusters," that's him. I mean, you get like the people who've had like the little one-off scenes. Adam
Adam.
Murray,
Adam
yep.
Murray. Yep.
Uh, these people are very very awesome people. I mean,
You
hell,
had Ace, the stunt double.
we had dinner with Adam Murray last year.
Hmm.
Me and a few of us, we went with him to Tavern on the Green. Not my favorite New York restaurant, but
No.
But no, it's cool. It's kind of surreal that, and we get to hang out and have this like block party at the firehouse every year.
Actually, yeah,
And
that's what it is.
that's the thing. Like I said to someone earlier today, I was like, I just love that I've been a part of this ride for however long it is. If we keep doing it for another, 5, 10, 15 years, then awesome. But it is amazing. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, no one in our team ever thought we would be doing this 5 years later.
Yeah.
And I mean, people like Ectotech. He comes out every year, and he's always there and just awesome. The community is awesome, and whether it's people from South America, Italy, just all the fans all over, just it's amazing how far they'll come just for this kind of free block party that we do. And
Mhm.
now, hell, we got Jason Reitman, Hasbro's coming back again. I
That's what I'm
mean,
saying.
it's surreal. We have Hey Archer coming back again this year. No. I mean, it's just a great time, and what I love is there's no tickets. You know, you don't have to sign up for anything; just show up. I mean, hell, the one year we had tour groups, like New York City tour groups, just happen across the event. Just happen across the event, and they came in, they bought souvenirs, and they just had a great time. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. Harold Ramis's widow just stumbled across the event.
Mhm. Mhm.
And to me, that's one of the moments in the past for almost 5 years that sticks out in my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like in a million years, would this have ever happened? You know, you can call it fate, call it karma, but hey, it was meant to be, and we're gonna keep doing it as long as people want to come out and have a great time.
Mhm. Yeah.
But it's about 10, almost 10:30 kids on the East Coast. I'm sure Archer's got to get up early for work or possibly to do a video. Uh,
Gotta do that video.
he did the backyard today. He's going to do the front yard tomorrow, right? You know, gonna sit on
You
the
reminded
stoop,
me I still got clothes in the dryer. Actually, I got to take them out.
the same clothes from this morning.
Same clothes from this morning.
Oh, slacker, slacker. But guys, anyone who's watching the replay, please go to Nerd Affiliated. Go ahead and follow Hey Archer. He has Hey Archer IG, the real Nerd Busters, and is Nerd Affiliated separate on IG as well?
Trying to appease the algorithm. Yep.
He's got three accounts.
I got 6.
He's got 6. We won't talk about the covert ones.
I don't even have those. I only learned recently. What is it? Friendsta, whatever. Like the fake ones that are meant to just like lurk and talk to your friends, like celebrities have them.
Oh,
And I got
I-
6 active ones.
you're talking stuff I don't even know about.
Yeah.
But I want to thank everyone who's popped through the chat. Louis, Captain Pikachu, who's popped through. Millennium Workshop, Rolando Flores, Louis Dorkverse, and of course, Ramblin' Nerd, who just came in to say evening. Who knows? He's probably pumping iron right now. We don't know.
He actually went to bed early. He was taking some classes.
Early shift. Okay.
No, he's taking some classes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Trying to learn YouTube. Okay. Oh no. That's gonna come back and bite me. Thank you, Andrew Simmons, for popping through the chat. Anyone who might be watching this on replay, if you happen to be in the New York City area this weekend, this Saturday, from 12 noon Eastern until about 3:30 p.m. Eastern, please come out to Hook and Ladder 8 on Northmore and Vark and just have a blast, guys. We're gonna have a blast at Hook and Ladder 8. There's going to be music the entire time. We have Mad Splatter, the Alessi brothers, not to be confused with the Scolari brothers. And we have DJ Stevo, who's going to be DJing the event and emceeing the entire time. A lot of twists, a lot of surprises. You never know who's going to pull up. It is New York City, after all. So you just never know who's going to answer that call, guys. But until next time, now, please follow the Hey Archer Nerd Affiliated channels. He's going to have a lot of content. I'd probably say what, end of next week, maybe the week after, you might have some edited footage, or are you going to drop a few little tidbits here and there and everywhere?
Yeah, I might do what I did last year, which is like the same night. If something, happens like that interview we did with the HasLab team, like, or the welcome ceremony, like I'll get those out. But the full video, probably like a week.
And hopefully someone won't just pirate our videos into one big video.
Oh wow, I forgot about that. Yeah. Forgot all about that.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But guys, I want to thank everyone who's been following the stream. Tuesday Night Talks is something that's kind of on hold. I wanted to do this week because, well, Ghostbusters Day is just a couple days away. It's literally just a couple days away. But I want to thank everyone who watches the channel. By the way, Dave's Dimension has actually reached 2,700 subscribers, which is still blows my mind. It's as mind-boggling as GB Day is. For some reason, over 2,700 of you crazy psychotic maniacs love to watch my content that defies the algorithm, whether it's toy collecting, talking movies. Of course, there's still the Outer Dimension podcast every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We moved to an earlier time slot. And yes, this week, the Outer Dimension podcast will still be running. We have pre-recorded content this 9 p.m. Eastern on the Outer Dimensions podcast. So please go ahead and check that out. Please, apologies. No one will be in the chat responding to any comments. I know Dre has things going on in his life. I will be out of town because I will be partying. So we're going to have a good time, have a few sips, enjoy life for a little bit. But until next time, guys, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting. And you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. I will catch you on the flip side.